ready.
Keegan, thoughts on your match tonight?
I just went out there, try to get as many bonus points for my team, try to enjoy the atmosphere, and get them riled up afterwards.
Was that maybe in response to something that had happened a little bit earlier in the day, trying to get them riled up?
Oh, not at all. Every time I go out there, I try to keep the same mentality, but there's a lot of things that have been motivating me lately outside of wrestling. So just made me take advantage the most when I'm out on the mat.
You see Zeke take a couple tough losses back to back now. What advice do you have for him?
There's been some good conversations with him. He's a big 33, and he's new to making weight weekly, so you just gotta be better and be more disciplined. But he's young. We've all struggled with it, so he'll be better.
2 top 25 duels already for you guys. Just how do you think all this tough competition that you guys are facing is going to benefit you guys down the road?
Well, we have probably one of the best training rooms in the entire nation here at Mizzou, and we wrestle each other every single day, and it gets pretty boring wrestling each other, and it's hard. Sometimes you feel like you're not getting better because we're all going like this, and so you're not seeing those incremental improvements. And when you get out there against a good team and you absolutely mollywop them 2 weeks in a row, it's pretty fun. So I wouldn't say the tough competition is really gonna be too much of a factor. We're just gonna go into each match trying to get better and put as many points up on the board.
Keegan, how impressed were you with Logan today to come out after a loss in about 4 to come out and get that sort of victory?
That man is probably one of the most driven people I have ever met. This summer, me and him put in thousands of hours of work together, and I feel like I'm a really motivated person. He was, pushing me, and so I'm so happy to have a teammate like him. He's going through some injuries. That's not at all the best version of him, but that was an awesome win for him.
Yeah, obviously a big weekend early in the season. A lot of big tournaments going on. So, how do those big tournaments compare to a home duel, and how do you think the home duel helps you improve?
The home duel atmosphere is something that's really special. Wrestling in front of your home crowd, it's definitely more nerve-wracking than going into enemy territory, I think, because you got to defend your territory. I think that I was overseas wrestling, and honestly, that was probably easier than a home duel in my opinion, just because I'm going over, I don't know anyone that I'm wrestling. I can barely speak to anyone. I'm just in my own little world with me and Team USA and my coaches, and I'm just going out there and having fun. So home duel is definitely a little bit more electric, a little more pressure, I feel, but it's definitely good for me. Pressure is a good thing. It's a privilege to have it. I only got 2 more years to wrestle in Hearn Center, so I'm going to take advantage of it.
We saw you kind of sitting up with the coaches during some of the matches. How do you see yourself? What is your leadership role amongst the team?
My leadership role is I'm going to try to set the best example I can, going every day. Put money in the bank is what we call it. A little bit of work here and there, whether that's going in to stretch and hit the cold tub, whether I'm getting extra lift in, extra practice, extra drill, getting weight off, going in with a guy who needs to get weight off and I don't, just to be there for moral support. I think that actions speak a lot louder than words, but also being honest with your team. Being honest with yourself is super important, and not being afraid to have those uncomfortable conversations. If you look at any amazing players, teams, all of them keep each other accountable. So that's all I try to do.
Keegan, not to take you out of this exact moment, but I was reading something the other day about David Carr saying that he thinks about your national championship about every day. Now, just how much do you think about it, and can you speak a little bit about him as a competitor?
He's a great competitor, awesome challenge for me. I think that it's super special to have 2 amazing elite level wrestlers in the same weight class, so we're both NCAA champs, but he's pushed me to levels that I didn't think that I was going to need to go to, and I'm very fortunate to have a competitor like that. If I didn't have those 2 losses last year, probably not a world champ, right? 2-time world champ now. Probably not putting in the work that I would be putting in. So everything has gone according to what I would say a very undesignated blueprint. Like, I could draw it up on my goals, but I have no idea where it's going to take me. I know I want to be a 4-time national champ. I know I want to be an Olympic champ, but I have no clue of what trials and tribulations I'm going to go through. And for me, the most important thing is just to keep my faith in my coaches, my team, my family, and most importantly, keep my faith in God, because without him, I can't do anything. So.
All right. Great place to end it.